speaking about things that could get violent, Frenkie de Jong, linked with the move to Man United all summer, now being reported in Spain that he is open to leaving. He will agree to leave, but only if he can join Chelsea Football Club. Of course, he still wants his deferred payment in relation to... It was really funny, actually. I've been called out by people today going, no one in Spain, Terry, is saying that he wants the deferred money. Well, there's a report there that says he does, but he wants to join Chelsea. Do you think... I want to get your opinion on this. Do you think Man United have been wrong to chase De Jong all summer?
No. They spent a year and a half chasing Bruno.
True.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if that's the player they want, then there's obviously some issue there. We don't know what the issue is. There's different reports coming out. One's that he's owed money, so we don't want to leave until he's paid the money. Then it's he's happy in Spain. Then it's, oh, well, he will go to the Premier League, but maybe not Man United. Then he will go Man United. And it's like, mate, half of these people haven't got a clue what's going on. Yeah, so why don't they just stop talking? But I do think he will leave Barcelona. And I think he will come to the Prem. Whether he comes to United or not remains to be seen. But if I was to put money on it, and I'm not a gambler, but if I was to put money on it, I think he'll be at Man United by the end of the transfer window. Yeah, Ten Hag, get him in. I think he'll get him in. And I think that if he does sign for United, he walks straight into your team because your midfield's whack. It's nearly as bad as ours. You've got McTominay. Like, I mean, I don't even know why he's at Man United. Like, so he walked straight in over him.
Did you see his round the world trick he's doing in the photo shoots? Did you know
the guy's that poor that Scotland, one of the poorest nations internationally, play him at centre back, but he starts for Man United in midfield, one of the biggest clubs in the world.
It's crazy.
I'm just watching the water planes fly over the gaff. There's a forest fire over there at the minute, hell.
Oh, Jesus Christ. How far is that from you?
About a mile.
Raw. It's crazy.
There's four planes flying over to drop water off, like on the forest fire.
Mate, it's crazy. They're actually scary forest fires. They're so like hard to control and stop and everything else, man. But
there's been loads recently as well.
I bet.
Imagine I smoke, so imagine throwing your cigarette out the window. Yeah, gosh, starts a fire, doesn't
it? People do those. It's like I saw the debates going on the other day. Global warming is causing the forest fires. I'm like, of course it's playing a part when it's warmer, but it'll be someone.
Get me started on that. You'll be shut down real quick.
No, I get that. And look, I think of course climate change plays a part because things are warmer. My point was, I bet someone threw a cigarette out the window though, the car, and on the M25 it landed in a book. I'm not saying they're not connected, but it's like it wasn't the sunlight that suddenly made everything burst into flame. But there's always a mixture of. Like,
how did the runway at Luton Airport melt the other day? Yeah, how did they deal with it in Malaga? Or Sevilla? Sevilla's 48 degrees today. How's this? What are they making the time? Like, is it different tarmac in Sevilla than it was in Luton?
Well, it must be. It must be. Like, must be made. We're not making it. It didn't make me laugh. It was very serious stuff. But it was. I watched the debate. It was like people saying it was like a person that's created the fire versus no, it's climate change. And I was reading it. I'm going. It's both together, you idiots. It's both those reasons that collectively that have done it. But
Terry, I could go so much deeper on climate change because it ain't a thing, mate.
Mate, we're not doing it.
We'll save that for a Telegram group.
It is a thing. It is a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing, but I'll say no more.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
That's what we're doing. Listen, as you say, it's the world's an interesting place. And again, if you can't have it, this is how you know the world, like debates aren't possible anymore about anything. If people are trying to cancel you because you don't think Arteta is a good enough manager, you definitely can't when it comes to politics debate because that's really a motive. Like it's crazy. It is literally crazy. Straight conspiracies. Yeah, we'll change the name of the show. Do straight conspiracies. But listen, look, I think De Jong could end up at Man United, but I keep saying it that time and time again. If we don't get him, it's such a big L, and that the Athletic will put out.
Yeah, but do you think it's a big L? Really? Like genuinely, do you think it's a big L? Because it's not like he's like one of the top 10 players on the planet. He's a good player, and he'd improve you a lot. But yes, you've wasted or according to the media, you've wasted a lot of time chasing him. Terry, it's a phone call. Couple of phone calls.
No, I get that. I think it's more to do with, when I say L, I'm talking more along the lines of we could have had somebody else in sooner, being integrated in training. And it will be embarrassing to put so much stock in it. You know, there's a lot of quality journalists that have said the only thing holding it up is the deferred money. He's agreed terms where he's open to joining. If none of that, if he ends up staying and taking a pay cut, it will sting and it will hurt. But then the thing is though, I keep saying to people, I call them like, they only read the bullet points and headlines. So I saw all these big aggregator accounts today put out, and I read what they put out because it's kind of worthwhile reading what they said. And then you read what the actual article says. And people need to read articles and digest, right? And I'll give you an example here. I'm just going to find it here. So this is what was said earlier on today. Even if Man United were to agree and pay Frenkie de Jong's financials due, the player would still not join them. He doesn't want to play in the Europa League. So from the Athletic, you're like, that's damning. Like, he ain't joining now. And then it's all variations of that by people. He's still not going to. And then it was turned into. And then someone said he's not keen to join them. And then someone else reworded it to Frenkie de Jong does not want to play in the Europa League. Even if United pay the deferred wages, he wouldn't want to join them. You read the actual quotes. Now, they haven't completely lied, but it's the way it's actually worded. What he said is that it says a view from the Barcelona dressing room is that a move to Man United is not that attractive, right? So I can get you saying he's not keen to join them, but some of the aggregators said he has said that he doesn't want to join United. Not that attractive. It isn't the same as you won't join, because if he has to leave Barca and Man United, the only team that are offering him a deal, I've said it all year, what's he going to do? Retire? Then though, the Europa League thing was mad. I thought, where's De Jong said this? In the article, it reads, there's been plenty of turbulence at Old Trafford in recent years, especially this summer. De Jong is likely to share Cristiano Ronaldo's view on playing in the Europa League this season. So it doesn't even say that's what De Jong thinks and feels. They're surmising and guessing that he might think the same as Cristiano Ronaldo. Ironically, Cristiano Ronaldo is telling us that it's all to do with the transfer policy, and it's like he's definitely not going to join for these reasons. And it's a misrepresentation of even what the article has said. And there's nothing in the article that's groundbreaking. We all know that he doesn't want to join Man United as a priority. He wants to stay at Barcelona. We all know that he's not that keen on playing in the Europa League either. And I've said to a lot of people, that my biggest fear isn't him not leaving Barca. My biggest fear is Chelsea, Barcelona, Bayern Munich coming in for him. If Chelsea were to come in and go, look, we'll match Man United's offer, but we've got Champions League football, we've got Thomas Tuchel, I think he picks them over us. That's more a fear for me than anything else. I still don't, in my heart of hearts, see him giving up £55 million to stay. I can't see, like, I think that's what it works out over the next 4 years. He'd give up something like £55 million to stay and play there. I just don't see anyone doing that. And at centre-back. I don't see it. I don't see it myself. But yeah, I am worried. I'm worried we won't get the deal done. I'm more worried about someone else sweeping in. It's been too quiet for a quality player all summer for it just to be us that are there. I feel like a few are waiting for it all to get agreed and they might swoop in, you know. Like, I think that's my biggest fear with this.